Come link with me under the Iroko tree. Make a reason to run the season. Speaking the truth for the youth. Maintaining the spiritual rules. Maintaining the spiritual rules. Maintaining the spiritual rules.
Blessed love, blessed love, blessed love. Welcome again, African family under the Iroko tree within this virtual space. We're still a tap into the spiritual roots of things. We're up on the roadside, so hopefully you can hear it properly. Coming from the market, lovely Saturday evening, August 8th, my birth strong. So let's share it with the item. And this is how we love to do it. We want to be within nature, you know. And so we want to just share some things as we learn. And we are talking about wild foods. So right now, again, Uncle Jasineb, life, prosperity, health, and we are talking about food, wild food, which is the best food, you know what I mean? So, yeah man, big respect and love to all who have subscribed and sharing, welcoming, comment, continue to like, yeah man, let me know what's going on, keep touching that notification bell so you know each time we tap into the roots of things, the spiritual roots of things. So right now, we're there, so we stop on the roadside. We see some pusley and we want to share with ones and ones these things. So yeah, just gonna turn around the camera a little bit so you can see where I talk. So this is pusley or porcelain if you want to search it to get more information on Google and all these places. So this is wild food filled with omega fatty acids and a lot more. Just do the research. So this is something that can be eaten raw or be in your green juices or your salads, you know what I mean? And then, so here we go, can be eaten raw, wild food, pusley. So the more raw you can eat your food is the better, the more nutrient you get from it. So the more we heat food, we begin to lose nutrients. So it's just tapping in with the offerings of nature, you know. And nature is saying, come to me, you don't have to be sick. I have all the things that can cure you. Yeah, but this is how rich we are and we don't even know it, we're not paying attention. So, I'm not quite sure if this is sweet grass. I have to be doing more research, but this is one of the grasses, so you can boil it and it can be sweet grass, that is. It's a good eye wash for red eyes and certain ailments of the eye. Here we have some Spanish nigel. I don't know if you can see so well. I've never eaten this before, but it can be eaten, especially the younger leaves. You can go into your green juices and also into your salads and all these things. I've eaten the pusley before, so that's why I can eat it raw and show you. I've never eaten this before, but it's also good for you. Can't remember all the things about it right now, but we can do the research. Spanish nigel. So instead of running to the fast food places and all these are the things we should be consuming that will be healing us. The pharmaceutical things, for the most part, they only deal with symptoms, so they take away your symptoms for a while. But these are the things that will cure us, given that we do the research and know how to use them. So again, this is the porcelain or pusley. I think Jamaicans call it pusley. So with this now, do the research, because I think there are other what they call weeds that look like this one that might not be so friendly towards the body unless we know how to use it. But I think the others, once you break them, there will be a milky substance coming from the pusley. Doesn't give you that. So it's a nice, it has a little fluffy feeling to the leaves. So it's wild food. Omega fatty acids and a lot more. Just do the research. So again, August 8th, this is how we choose to celebrate our Earth Strong, in nature, with nature, recognizing that I am a part of nature also. We are a part of nature. So this is just on the roadside. You can imagine if we go further into the wild, into the vegetation. So we're on a bridge here now, walking. I don't know if you can see down there, water is running. Nice. So if we were close by and here and farming now, we would have to just set up a little irrigation system and use that water to supply the farm. Yeah? So this is nature, Mother Nature saying, all is here for you. Just come in and get it. Nature is here for us, but I don't think we are here for nature, because we are doing all kind of things to destroy nature. Yeah man, lovely Saturday evening. Bear with me on the background noise because we are right at the street side, vehicles passing and all that. So it's a lovely Saturday evening. Sun is going down, wind is nice. Oh, me and my scarf. So we're on the road. If we're going into crowded spaces, then we will, the whole corona vibe going on. COVID-19, SARS, COVID-2, all these names. They have us being quarantined and all these things. So these are the things. Boost the immune system, and then we don't have to worry so much about these ailments and these diseases and viruses. Yes, so here we are, Mexico stop, and this is Cersei, or Cirrusy as some people might call it, and those are the fruits of it. So we eat those. Much people might not know about that, but we eat those from we were small. I tried to do some research on it, but I haven't found much in terms of what it provides to the body. But when it's well right like that, then it's fairly sweet, and we eat them. So these are the things that insects and things will eat, which means they're also good for us. Yeah. So here is one right here. Oh, I'm gonna pick the riper one. So Cersei is also good for washing the skin, good for purging the blood, as they say. So you can boil it and drink it, and you can use it to also wash your baby's skin, keep them nice and cool and free from all these little things that will bring them rashes and all these things. So we are gonna try and get to have these fruits and consume them right here on camera, so you know that we're not lying. So here we are down in the wild. Here is one on the lower ground here. Just gonna break that off and get a few more. So this is nature's offering to us all the ailments that we possibly have. All the solutions are here in nature. So the pharmaceutical things are coming from here. Yeah. So here we have some wild callaloo as well. If we can find them in nice areas, then we can just cut and steam and eat and add them to our salads and all these things. So that's wild callaloo. So there are some wasps, and they are enjoying nature the way we should be, and that's the things they feed on. So why shouldn't we be consuming these things as well? As I was saying, the pharmaceutical stuff are derived from all these, and they somehow synthesize within their labs. So whatever we're getting from the pills and all these things is not as potent as these. So these are the things they should be going to first hand. We just need to do the research, know how they work and how we should use them. Yeah, so we're gonna try and get one of these here. Don't know if you're seeing that. So this is wild food that is good for us. As I said, I tried doing a little research, but I haven't found much in terms of whatever these provide in terms of minerals or vitamins. But yeah, these are things that we can eat along with the parsley. Show you the wild callaloo. So again, forgive me with the background noise. I'm right at the street side here, just showing you, just passing along from the market and just saying, alright, let's do a video under the virtual Iroko tree. We're still tapping into the roots of things, the spiritual roots of things. So let me just set up my camera somewhere so and show you how we eat these things. So here we are, obviously with the roadside. So this is the fruit of the Cirrusy, or the Cersei plant that's running wild all over the place. Hope this one is ripe enough. Alright, so this one is not so ripe. It's usually a more bright red, but this still can be consumed. This one is not so sweet, but it's not. It's definitely not bitter. So let's see if, yeah, these ones are not so ripe. You would be seeing that bright red color. So I'm not sure if I'll be able to find any riper ones at the moment, so we could show you that bright red color. But here I am seeing some, I think they call it water grass. I think this is also can be boiled and used for an eye wash as well. Because you do the research, they have this green type. They have this green type, and there's also a red looking one. It can be boiled, and I think it also can make a tea. And this can be used to wash your eyes as well. Again, we're just learning and sharing. So as we go along, we will be sharing more stuff. But this is nature. As I said before, it's saying, come, come, come. I am here to cure you. Just be nice to me, and I will continue to be nice to you as well. So that's nature, you know. Well, hopefully that's not how nature sounds. But yes. Water grass. Yeah, so here we are again. So let me show you one here. So there is one, that bright red color I've been speaking of. So that one naturally burst open, I guess, by the sun. So the wasp are here, and these are the things that they consume right here. We're in nature here, and that's lovely. Has been set on the earth strong. Not no nicer than this. To be tapping in with nature. So here we are. It still can be redder than this, but this one is a little riper than the ones I've opened previously. That's sweet, not overly sweet, but sweet enough. Yeah man, so we're in a nature. Some more wild callaloo. Look at that rich color, reddish purplish. So when we're eating food or fruits, we should be eating all these colors. So from these colors we get different vitamins and minerals. So that's how we should be eating. These are the cures for our ailments, and these are the things we should be eating. And these are the things that will prevent us from getting certain sicknesses as well. So all of this right here is, we just need to be studying them, and we have all our medicines right here. I think this is the sweet grass, but I'm not 100% sure. So this is the one that can be boiled. I think they use it as a cleansing within the home. So you can dry it, twist it together, dry it, and burn it within the home as well. They said purifies the environment. So spirituality, there you go. Nature. Once we can tap into nature, and then if we really look into it, how spiritual can you be without tapping into nature or accepting things as natural as they are supposed to be? Yeah. So that the more you can accept things in their natural state, including the self, is the more spiritual you will find yourself becoming naturally. Still on the roadside here. I try to see if I can find a next root of parsley. Something will look more plush and nice. So there we are, more wild callaloo, as we say, which is the best food. And as we have said in other videos, some things are becoming extinct, as we want to say. So some trees, we're not seeing them that much anymore. We're not seeing them that much anymore, as we're not replanting. We're destroying the seeds. So we shouldn't be running short on food, because nature itself produces everything it brings comes with a seed, so we should be replanting and replenishing. So there it is, nature in it, all its glory. I don't know if one can see those trees over there. I think those are castor oil bean trees, wild out there in nature. And then we would go into the pharmacies and wherever to purchase the oils of those things for great amount of money. But if we just step into nature ourselves, not that we're saying some people are not supposed to be making money, but if we tap into nature ourselves, learn how to harvest these things and process them ourselves, then we will be getting the natural, genuine stuff. So, as we say, August 8th, this is my Earth Strong, and this is how I choose to celebrate, you know. I would just share with the idol. No more joy than this, for me personally, yeah. And we are learning these things, and as we learn, we are share. I will give thanks to be able to share. You know what I mean? I mean, some people will take it, some will refuse it. But we are here for the ones who are willing to take all these things. So here we are. This is a noni tree on the roadside. And I want to tell you, these trees have been cut so many times. As you can see the height they are. And see, they are flourishing again. In their birth came up through the concrete, and they are at the roadside flourishing. I've gotten a few from here a couple of times. We'll be getting a few more from the. So the juice of this is good for the gut, good for the body. So instead of in the morning, we see all our young people and whosoever else with a cup of rum and boom, or whatever bad liquids, whatever other bad liquids we are drinking and consuming. Sip some of this in the morning, and you'll find yourself feeling energetic and energized. And just do the research, and you'll find out all the other good things of these things. So that's the noni. Nice juice. A bottle of this in the pharmacy or wherever you can find it will be maybe a couple $1,000. You know what I mean? So we need to be tapping into nature and harvesting and being one as we are, as we should be with nature. So here we are again, Posley, right on the roadside, bursting through the concrete. Well, I think you find it even in overseas places, just going like this through the concrete, through the hard surfaces. Yeah. So far in terms of the Posley, I think I've been showing in the green one. So this is the purple looking one. I think it's the time why they're not looking so nice and plush at the moment. But yeah, wild food. Alright, so here we have a hibiscus plant. So the flower of this here is good for making tea, for energy and all that. Most homes in Jamaica I think have this as their fencing, and they would just trim this and throw it away. But we can dry these things and make our teas, but I want to drink them without sweeteners or sweet with honey and all these things. It's a hibiscus plant. So as we're learning, we're sharing. Matter of fact, I'm gonna get one of these to take home with me. Good old hibiscus. And I'm sure it has a whole lot more benefits. We just need to be doing the research. That's it. These things are the cures for all the ailments that we're having by eating the bad stuff. These are the things that can help us from whatever the bad stuff, the bad things that the bad stuff do to us. And if we consume more of these, then we won't have to be dealing with the bad things inside of the self. Alright, so here is another thing that I'm not quite so sure if this is the one, but this I think is called jungle rice. Jungle rice. So if we do the research on this as well, we will find out it has great benefits for the body. I'm not sure how it's prepared or anything like that. Need to be doing some more research, but so yeah, Don't quote me on this. Just do the research on jungle rice. See if it looks like what I am showing you here. But I think I am about 80% somewhat believing that this is it. Jungle rice. Great benefits for the body as well. Yeah. So see the pillar man there upon him juggling. Now this lovely Saturday evening. Yeah. Bless up yourself. So here we have more water grass. More water grass just growing by the roadside. This is how rich we are, and we are not taking the time to, let's say, take advantage of this richness with all the other things that we consider valuable in our lives, of all the other things we consider valuable within our lives. These things, or those things, we still have to find ourselves back here to nature, to cure us, to keep us healthy, to live long enough to enjoy those other things that we are killing up ourselves for, working for other people that don't really care about us, and all these things. As Marcus Garvey said, self-sufficient, self-reliance. See here, even from nature, if we study these things and learn these things, we can become self-employed by learning how to process these things and earning from them to help those who don't have the time. So it's all in nature. As I said before, it's saying, come, come, come. I have everything here for you. I can cure you. We just need to be doing the research. And this is where we are coming from, our ancestors. And I mean before slavery, the first doctors, they were bushmen, as they call them, the herbalists. What we have, based on what happened to us with slavery and all these things, we have lost much of the history, you know. Much of the history has been lost. So this is how I celebrate my birthday. Yeah, lovely, lovely. We don't want nothing more than this, really. You know what I mean? This is how we do it. The Most High, remembering the ancestors, tapping in with nature, finding the self within the self. Doesn't get any greater than that. And we give thanks to be here, to be able to share. So I don't know if ones and ones can make out that almond tree behind there. So that's one of our almond tree that grows all over in the wild. But most of us ignore that almond, go in the supermarket and buy the expensive one from overseas, possibly sprayed with a whole lot of bad chemicals, the roundups and all these things. So when those fall from the tree, we burst them open, take those almonds out, rich in vitamins and minerals. Can't remember exactly which ones at the moment. Do the research. But it's good for the teeth, strengthening of the teeth as well. So we ignore these. We kick them, we sweep them up and we throw them away. We don't sit down and break them open and consume the food from them. So here we have a lovely seriously fruits. Right here we are still on the roadside. This is a big, so this one should be red and juicy inside. So we're gonna break it open. So here we are. Again, I've been looking to find some more parsley. So here we are, still by the roadside. So here's some more parsley right here. Here we go here. This is the red one. Forgive the noise, still at the roadside, so the vehicles and things. This is costly. Every now and then I come and break and put in to steam with the rest of my vegetables. Or if I'm making green juice, this will be going in there as well. So, and as me say, if we venture out into greater vegetation, we will find much more of these things. But somehow it seems to be that these plants love the concrete surfaces and those tough areas to grow. So these resilient plants, because I think if they cut this area right now, by the next 2 weeks or so, we'll come back and we will see this growing again. So these are the food we should be eating. That's telling us something about what it will do for us. As you can see, a whole lot of Spanish needle around the place. That's medicine. Food. The real food. The real food. So here we have some more here as well. So this is the green stalk one. The other one was the red stalk one. So the real stuff, the good food, the real food. See, when it is allowed to grow and flourish, see, the leaves can be as big or even bigger than this at times. So it spreads out and becomes, so it can take up all of this area right here when it's allowed to grow and flourish. Just need to be doing the research on these things. And as I've been saying, a lot of our information have been lost based on what's our greatness was interrupted by slavery. So we need to do the research on our history, and then we will know exactly where we're coming from and what we're capable of. The ones and ones can see that lovely apple tree there. That's one of my favorite foods. And then here we have a pear tree, another one of my favorite foods. So those are the great fats that we should be consuming, not these other fats that are not good for us. Oh, and the ackee is something that I also consume raw once it's opened properly. Yeah, and the pear, I don't know if ones and ones know of guacamole, where you can add some onion and garlic and all these things and make it into like a paste like butter and spread that on your whatever you're consuming, your biscuits and your breads and all these things. So nature, baby, it's all good. You know about them. I just want to go with them and walk around and I do. Yeah. I don't know how good the audio will be because of the noise. Yeah. So this is how our things stay in Jamaica. So next pear tree there, so soursop tree right there, so mango tree, banana, everything. And I guess most of we know soursop good for the nerves. Use the leaf and make tea and all these things. So we just pass at the roadside and see the elder and we just have a little reasoning. Yeah. So give thanks here. Bless up. So see them, I think this that before. Papa tree did that too. And we have a kneesberry tree behind us too. And then some kneesberry is also a good source of vitamin C. So as we say, we just do the research on the food. How we're supposed to eat is to get the vitamins and minerals, so we need to know which food provide these things. You know what I mean? So here we go again. More of those nice purple reddish color look. Yep. The good food. So see there, that's how rich we are. Pear tree, ackee, breadfruit, riches. So here I am under one of the flame of the forest tree. It's very tall. So I don't know if you can see the that red flower on it there. I'm not able to get a better angle at the moment. But that's the flame of the forest with that red bloom. So So on the ground we have some of the flower, and here we have a whole lot of water grass as well. So this is the flower of the this is the flower of the flame of the forest tree. So this is what we would take and dry it as the research is showing, and then make it into a powder, and then it is said to be good for the gut, any ailment of the gut, ulcers and all these things. So flame of the forest, look it up, do the research, then you can get all the information. It's there on the Googles and the YouTubes, all these things that we use for watching all of that stuff. So well, that come from the flame of the forest tree. That right, that all one there. Bright red flowers. So the flower, right. They have other names for it, when I remember right now. But you're a scientist. Not really. We just do some research and we are learn and share. Yeah, so the pod, you know, the pod, they had some pods with water. What them call it? Donkey pee-pee. Right, so it has a liquid that's good for the eye. You can use to spray in the eye. It's good for the eye. The flowers now. Right, you can keep it for a little while in your fridge as well. So no, that's the flower now. That you would dry it and make it into a powder. And so that is good for anything with the gut, like ulcers and all these things. Yep. Oh yes, man. Exactly. Because we're based on slavery, our greatness got interrupted. So a lot of knowledge has been lost. Because the first doctors were us from the motherland. So yeah. Everything. All of them. It's just to know and how to use them and what they are good for. Yeah. But some can be used internally, some externally. Right. So with having 1 and 2 little ailments that led me on my search. Yeah, because I have a little ulcer. So research led me. Yeah. Juice, yeah.
And especially what we wanted.
Right.
The one that people.
The wild cabbage.
No, not the wild one. The one that. See, like a plant that we come here.
Oh, look at that.
See that what you call it? They call it bush cabbage.
Yeah, exactly.
That is a cabbage too, you know.
Oh,
That's a cabbage too.
blessings are the blessings.
Yes, we say you are. That's a kind of cabbage too. You never know.
I don't think I know it. Oh, that one up the top there? Man, the trespassing on people place. So, a reason we don't have elder lady. This one, right? Yeah. Also somebody's farming here. Marigold. They got spinach and all these things. Beans. Nice little farm. Which I was somewhere where I could be doing all that. Every now and then. And so that's the best one?
Oh, you cook it when you cook it better than me, like I can. You know that.
Right.
Somehow you cook it when you cook it.
Basically the same way, just steam. Very. Always.
That's what it is.
Everything better with coconut milk.
Yes, but that cabbage,
That-
when you just cook it so it's nice.
Oh,
Or when you cook it with the
Cab-
coconut milk,
nice.
very nice. Try it, you never tried it.
No, not necessarily.
Try it with the coconut. Very nice.
Right.
You grate the coconut and you just use a little and just put it in there.
Yeah, because.
So that one would be better for the ulcer
Right.
than the other one.
Okay.
But how you would use it for the ulcer, like then you skin it down. That would be better, like to get the juice.
Right.
Like
Well,
to extract the juice.
yeah, that is what the juice, raw from the raw plant. Yep. It's a lot for us to know, you know. The history has been lost. Snake plant. That's that. I wouldn't call it again, marigold. Right.
So what you say now, when the leaves are not, you say you try it,
Yeah, the flour.
and kind of parts it like?
You just dry it and then to the point that it crisps and can become powder.
Yes. So
Then-
after you do that, you try it.
The powder. You can put it in anything really. You're making your smoothies and all these things. Good for the gut. Or if you can't drink it with some warm water or anything like that.
So it's the juice that you use for the eye.
Yeah, from the pot. Before it becomes out to that flour, it's a pot with water inside of it. And then it blooms.
Have to get it, you make it drop down and it go before you use it. That like it drop.
Right. Because I think once it leaves the tree, for a couple of days it starts drying up. So you can keep it in the fridge for a couple of days. In the pots, just the same. Yeah.
Alright, so nice talking to you.
Yeah man, you too mommy. Blessings. But I did a day I hear about the marigold. I don't remember exactly. But we can do the research. The marigold. I hear it's very good as well. Don't remember exactly what for at the moment. But yeah. Oh, and here we have the snake plant. That is, they say it's good to keep in like your room. Purifies the air. What's your name?
My name is Beckford.
Beckford? Okay, this is your garden?
Yes.
Oh. I don't know, one of these days I could get one of your snake plants.
The snake plant.
Yeah, the snake. This,
What do you call it?
that long stalk with the yellow edges.
Oh, it's snake plant to call it.
Yeah. That's what I know it as. There might be other names for it.
So it's good to have it
In your house. Exactly.
what it does.
It kind of pull, like purify the ears somewhat. Right.
You can get one of them if you want.
Yeah, that would be nice. Now I forgot to prepare for it. Probably get a little pot or something.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't have anything right now. It says Miss or Mrs. Beckford. Alright, Miss.
I have one in the living room, but because it is so hot, it's there for quite some time. It makes it kind of dry up.
Yeah, and I think you just have to keep the earth moist.
Yeah, the one I know is different.
Okay. Yeah, probably have to move it to a window every now and then. Alright, nice talking to you, Mrs. Beckford. Alright, maybe I'll come back some other time for the plant. Alright, thank you. So there, that's a lovely lady that saw me picking up some of those flame of the forest flowers. She's asking me what is it good for. So here I am, way younger than she is, and I am passing some knowledge to her. As I am saying, we're just learning and sharing. So, as I was saying, the knowledge has been interrupted based on what happened to us with the interruption of slavery. And most of us only know slavery as our history. That's not really our history. That's a part of the history of what was done to us. So it's not really our history. So we need to understand that as well. So all the foods that we would have been eating as original Africans, if we, and not all Africans that are at this side of the world came here because of slavery. A lot of us are, a lot of our ancestors were traveling and exploring long before Columbus and all these people. So they were in the Americas, in the Caribbean before. So we need to know that as well. So here we go, we have pomegranate right at the road, somebody's house though. And these are the things we should be consuming. They say this is very good for the eyes. Vitamin for the eyes. Bless that king. Vitamin for the eyes. So these are the things we should be learning and passing on to our children, so they know how to keep themselves healthy instead of treating them to the fast food places and all these ice creams and stuff. Because all these things, we can be making our own ice cream from these things. We just need the knowledge. So these are the things. So the high fructose corn syrup and the MSGs and all these things we can be cutting out from our diet and not ending up with these cancers at 20 years old and all these ages with these great ailments. So we just need to be tapping into nature as much as possible. So we're back home now in the concrete jungle. So give thanks to stay with me on the journey. Give thanks if I was part of the journey. And and celebrate the birth strong with I and I. So we give thanks again. Uncle Jasineb, Hotep, Uncle Jasineb, peace, life, prosperity, health from the wild foods, you know. Give thanks, blessings, blessed love.
Come link with me under the Iroko tree. Make a reason through every season. Speaking the truth for the youth. Maintaining the spiritual rules. Maintaining the spiritual rules. Maintaining the spiritual rules.